Good afternoon, icons, and welcome back to Stayin Iconic, your podcast. I'm your host, iconically.miguel, and today's icon we have.
Tori.
Oh my
Hi,
gosh.
guys.
Literally, hi. I am so grateful you're here with us today. I think
Yeah.
it's an amazing thing to, what's so crazy is that me and Tori, we actually knew each other outside of this. We kind of
We
survived
worked
the,
on campus
yeah,
together.
yeah, we
Yeah.
survived the trauma.
Yeah.
No name drops or anything, but
Yeah.
I'm glad we made it out.
Yeah.
Literally, and look how phenomenal you are. And I gotta give myself props too because I started something that I never would have thought.
Yeah.
And having you on here is like such
Mm.
a groundbreaking thing because, honey, you do so much. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, you would probably be like one of the things that I would put on my high shelf, like,
Oh my
literally.
gosh.
And I think that's a great thing
Yeah.
and a compliment for you because
Thank
you know
you.
what? Just tell them exactly what you do, everything that you do.
Founder, Lifelines Outreach Foundation for youth mental health. And I've done jiu-jitsu, boxing, and I teach self-defense to Muslim women. And what else
Oh
is
my God, there's
there?
more.
I mean,
Period.
yeah,
I
like,
love that though.
yeah,
I
like,
really. So I definitely want to ask you from every project that you're doing and everything that you're really putting your energy to. What space are you trying to create, not only for yourself but for the people that are involved in it? Is there like a message you're trying to get out, or is it something that you're trying to live up to, or break the mold of? Like, kind of give me a little bit of details of that.
yeah. Well, I'm just trying to spread love. We have so much hate in this world right now. Like, you go on social media, you see it so much, and it really gets to you. But, I always remind myself, I'm like, I can be the change that I want to see in the world. And, all it takes is just being kind to somebody one day.
And that's
And
free.
yeah, and that's free. It
And
doesn't
that's
cost
free.
anything. You don't have to
Yeah.
donate a lot of money. You don't have to like donate to charity or start anything. You can start by being kind.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to create that space. And also, like, for me, my biggest reminder is that I'm just trying to please Allah, my creator, at the end of the day. We believe in deen over dunya. Dunya just means this world. And we believe in the hereafter, which is heaven. Inshallah, I'll get to heaven. But
That's
yeah,
amazing.
so that's what I believe in. That's what carries me through all the challenges and what I do because, running a nonprofit, very challenging.
Yeah.
Setting up high school engagements, very challenging.
Yeah.
And so, I just believe in that it's in Allah's plan. And, if I'm pleasing him at the end of the day, it'll work out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think what makes it even better for everything that you just said is that you're not putting all these projects and creative spaces that you're doing to a person, not even yourself. It's not a thing that you can't say you're a reliable person, but you got to give yourself credit and say, sometimes I feel weak.
Yeah,
And whenever I do,
exactly.
I have something to make me feel stronger.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that little boost of Adderall.
No, literally,
Adrenaline. I said
literally,
Adderall.
literally, last night I was taking my marketing analytics exam,
Right.
which is, Excel.
Okay.
And this was monitored. I had to get on CASA monitor for it.
Mm-hmm.
I already have bad test anxiety.
Right.
But when you add Excel into that and an exam, 3 hours timed, yeah, it's a lot. And my Excel crashed halfway through,
No.
and I had to restart
Oh my-
everything. And I just went blank and literally cried
Right.
halfway through. So
Yeah.
whoever's watching the recording of me taking my test, don't judge me for crying, okay?
I feel like that was such like a college like student
Yeah.
experience. I'm not gonna lie to you because like that makes you want to rage out. But
Yeah.
going back to your foundation, because I remember you saying something about that mental
Youth
health.
mental health. Mhm.
And I think that's phenomenal. And the reason
Yeah.
why I say that is because even for myself, being gay in a society that only wants straights, it's kind of hard to be good up here
Yeah.
because I'm always fighting a force, and having a foundation like that to not only be able to have access to it, but have a support system out of it. What made you want to start that foundation? Was it something that you dealt with personally, or was it something that you saw and you were like, I got to be the one to do something about it? What was that connection for you?
I would say it's all of that. Personal experiences, seeing a need for something that wasn't being met. I lost 3 people to suicide, 2 of my best friends, and then my uncle when I got out of high school. But seeing that in high school and seeing how they responded, they didn't respond with enough urgency. They just told the teachers to tell the students that had my friends in their class that the counselor was there if you need them, gave the room number, didn't even bring the counselors to the room. And yeah, so that kind of showed me at that time at least there wasn't enough urgency. This wasn't being talked about enough. And how are we supposed to know how to react or help a friend if we don't know how to? And sometimes, actually, I would even say that you can actually do more damage if you don't know how to help someone than actually helping them.
You
And
know, I
so,
think that's crazy that you said that because we're always trying to think in our head, well, if I don't do nothing, then there won't be a problem.
yeah,
There won't be an issue. You know, it's not anything that I'm doing that's causing that, but by you doing that, it's causing that
yeah,
problem. It's feeding that problem. You know,
exactly.
it's making it bigger than what it already was. You
Yeah.
know,
And education is so important for suicide prevention because, we do things without even realizing it.
yeah,
If somebody comes to us and they're struggling and they're honest with you and saying, I want to end my life. And sometimes, if you don't actually know how to respond, you may say things like, why do you feel like that? Your life is this perfect. Or
yeah,
you start guilt tripping them. And that actually, like, that makes them feel worse. They already feel
right,
like a burden.
yeah,
And they're already beating themselves up for feeling like that in the first place. So,
right.
yeah, that's why I started Lifelines Outreach. So, we partner with the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention, and they provide, the real resources and real education. And then we just take college students into high schools and kind of add that relatability there.
I
And
love
we share our
that.
stories on top of educating them too.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. When you spoke about the suicide prevention, I myself had a experience like that.
Yeah.
I had a friend, and they were in my dorm, and we were gonna like watch a show or something, and I could feel like this heaviness in my heart about what was going on with them, and the conversation sprung up, and they were so vulnerable with me that in those moments I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared. I didn't take a course, you know, and I don't really see many advocates like yourself on campus to where I can go and be like, I would love to be that shoulder for someone and genuinely mean it,
Yeah.
you know. And sometimes we got to understand that even though we want to be that, there may need to be more help added. But you being that first step, baby,
Yeah.
you were the best help given, you
Exactly.
know. And what I did, and the only power that I could do in that moment, because it was so late at night and we were just gonna watch a show, you know,
Yeah.
I stuck with that person that whole night, and I said, let's talk, let's
Yeah.
have conversations,
And sometimes that's all it takes. So, yeah.
because they want to be heard, they want to be seen, you know. So definitely don't be a bystander. And how Tori just said, don't remind them of how great their life is. I think they replay that a lot,
Yeah.
you know. And it does I think what people need to do just by looking at this video is to get educated, and your platform is that. And what is the message that you give out with that?
Um.
Like, do you have a
Well.
motto or anything? Like, I know my motto is stay true, stay you, stay iconic.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really say like a motto, but we do have under like our logo, empowering youth preventing suicide, and that's what we're doing. We're empowering students here on campus.
What was something that you had to sacrifice, not only for yourself, but for your foundation, for your pageantry, for anything that you were doing with your projects, that you felt like, wow, this is a big thing for me, but it would be such a bigger thing for what I'm doing, because what I'm doing is grander than what I want, you know? So what would you say for that?
So my GPA actually dropped to below 2.5, and Bauer, the requirement is 2.5, right? So the next semester, they let me know, they're like, hey, you need to get this GPA up or we're going to kick you out.
Maybe they don't play.
Yeah. And
They
so,
don't play.
after that, I was like, okay, let me focus on school.
Right.
And I took a break.
I love how vulnerable you get.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's such like a big thing for anyone to do, because
Yeah.
literally people will be like, "You're not gonna know nothing about me," and then it's like, "But I want you to get to know me." How does
Yeah.
that work?
Yeah.
So you already
Doesn't work.
showing that it's like, maybe I'm an open book, and y'all need to read because you
Yeah,
might learn
exactly.
something.
Hey, I still have some of my cards that I won't share. But
I love that. So
Thank you.
you know what? Having to sacrifice, having to keep hitting the nail. I mean, the hammer to the nail, and just really giving your all. That could affect your mental state.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you've already said with your foundation and with everything that you're doing, you need to be able to hone in what you have inside of you to really have that strength. So I have a question. If we were to bring a student that was in your scenario, doing a lot, giving themselves to everything that they could possibly give because they needed to, and they feel like what they didn't have in their life growing up, they need to give that to others so that they can have it. And now they're falling a little short. What would you tell them to give them that strength or give them that reassurance like, I've been there, I know, this is the way?
Yeah.
What would you say to that person?
Well, I've actually been there, so
Well, that's why I did. Yeah,
like
it's your scenario.
I would say, I think last semester actually was a very hard semester for me. I would say it was one of the hardest ones for me, and that's just because I was taking on so much and was so overwhelmed. And I feel like I kind of attached Lifelines Outreach to myself in a way, where I felt like anything that just was going wrong with it would just like bring me down so much and just affect my mental health so much. And so it was funny because it was like a switch went off, and I wouldn't say that I became careless. It's just that I started to care less in a way. And
That was bars. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie to you. Like when I heard that, I was like, yeah.
yeah, and I just did like small steps here and there.
So your advice would be to prioritize what?
Yourself.
Ooh,
Prioritize yourself and then do small steps.
okay.
And the small steps, they build momentum, and it'll be okay. Yeah,
It would all work out in the end.
it'll work out. It always does.
Oh my
So
God, Tori, I
yeah.
had the utmost amazing conversation with you. And I feel like a lot of the viewers got to get more of a sense of who you are, not only the pageant girl or the jujitsu kicking teacher, and the founder of the beautiful foundation that you call what's again?
Lifelines Outreach Foundation.
And if you need any help, I'm tagging her. Please, get into contact, get educated, and you could be the first person to prevent so many things, or you can even learn a lesson or two. And I think that's so great. And it lets me lead to the last and final question. For the people that are watching, what does it mean to be iconic to you?
I would say having your values and sticking to them. I think when you're so grounded in your values, you just show up as a better person every day. You don't let things get to you like they normally would. And also, just life is complicated, guys. Life is complicated. Be the person that, like, people look at you and they feel inspired and they feel motivated and they feel like you give them hope to live another day.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to finish this off with stay true, stay you, stay iconic. Until then, keep staying iconic.